Hello everybody, it's me Rossco and welcome to the latest instalment of Game Day, and we're arrived in Wrexham, the first of 2 trips to North Wales in consecutive weekends. It's the FA Cup Championship next weekend. Kieran McKenna's side going to this one off the back of that big win at Derby last time out. They take on Phil Parkinson's side, who you know what, they're doing alright in the Championship, 6th in the table at the moment, got a few familiar faces in their squad. But yeah, first ever trip here to the racecourse ground for myself. We haven't been here since 1995. I wasn't born. So a lot's changed, I can imagine, here. Of course, Hollywood owners and all that jazz. It's very cold on a Friday night. At the moment, it's nice and dry. Hopefully it stays that way. But yeah, my first thoughts on the ground, pretty small, but very cute. I like it. I actually like it. Also, by the way, I know the writing's backwards. Someone did tell me how to change it. I tried to change it, didn't work. So it's currently now anyway, I don't know what it's saying. But anyway, it's Wrexham behind me. We're here. We're going to bring you normal stickers ever. I've seen the media scran. It looks tasty, so I'm going to get that in the belly. Bring the team news. The thoughts of the Cali Armies as always. I'll make sure the mic's working. If it's not working, I'm sacked. Anyway, let's get inside, warm up a little bit. I'll bring you some more content. Let's go. Okay, I've got to be a bit quiet because people are doing their type for the team news, because that's just dropped, but I've got my food. Look at that. Pie, mash, veg. 5 a day. Gets in the belly as the club photographer Rich takes a picture of me. Give a nice little wink. Let's get this in the belly. Okay, ladies, we're now in my pitch side view. Team news has dropped. The food is in the belly. Quickly talk about that because that was very nice indeed. Pie, bit of veg, bit of mash. Happy bloody days. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. That will warm the cockles up because it is a bit nippy. I've got the gloves on. Team sheet in all its glory. And there's a few changes as expected. The big talking points. We'll start with George Hurst because he's starting up top. He's got the captain's armband as well, which is a nice little thing for him. So yeah, he's starting up top. Alcon Baggett starts in defence, which, you know what, it's interesting. I don't mind that at all. Alcon Baggett starting. Who else? Casey McAtee on the right, Chubac Pom will be on the left. Interesting. Sindra Wale-Ageli, who is playing in the 10. And Dan Neal is making his full Ipswich Town debut as the team sheet keeps blowing away. But there we go. I have to admit, it's very tight where we're sitting. There we go. We've got Harry there, of media fame. He's very tight as well. Very tight in here. But the Town Blue Army are behind us. Great to cheer on the boys. Let's take a look at the view and get some stats. Let's do this. So here we go then. This is the view in all its glory. With Wrexham fans over there, of course. I'm sure that's one of their loudest stands, their main stand there. Hello, Mr. Stewart Man. The players are going to be coming out of that tunnel, but then the dugouts are all over there. But yeah, very tight, I'll have to say, here. Very tight. We're actually, like, I don't know, gated in here in the Snap is That view. But there we go. Let's see what we get in store. I don't think there's any fireworks to warm us up. But there we go. I missed the players coming out because I was trying to adjust things, but the players are out. Let's see what the first half has in store. Hopefully they do not switch ends because that will be a pain in the bum if we have to go over there. But let's see what the first half is in store. Let's bring some snaps, mate. Hopefully it's a good game. Enjoy it. Time for the Snap half-time update. I've just switched my positions. Here I am in all its glory. Got Robbie Savage is just over there doing his talky talks. And yeah, that first half was a bit meh for Ipswich Town. Wrexham 1-0 up. Started okay, and then it just, I don't know. Wrexham got their goal and Town have just been rubbish. It's not been a good first half of football, I'll have to admit. I'm very cold. That position where I was taking my snaps was very tight, so I've moved myself over here. Hopefully a better second half, but yeah, that was not good. And also, I then realised Alcon Baggett was playing left back. Yeah, it's not been great, I have to admit, and Town fans in that corner over there, not happy. They're cold, and someone's about to walk, so we're going to continue. But yeah, Robbie Savage. Hello mate, hope you've done alright. Anyway, Let's hope for a better second half. Let's go. But Town, please play better. Second half, snappy snaps. Let's see. Hopefully it's the celebrations. Let's go. Well, full time here. It's bloody cold, and that was rubbish. Ipswich Town are out of the FA Cup. Me with good old Liam from crew. Mate, thoughts on that one?
Well, wasn't much of a game of football, was it really? I mean, Wrexham didn't have that many chances and won 1-0, so I think that kind of sums up the game, because we didn't. I can't remember us actually having a chance in anger throughout the whole game. It's a shame, because I mean, I'm an advocate for an FA Cup run. I grew up with magic of the cup and stuff, and I know money has distorted it now, but I mean, I would have liked to have got through and maybe seen a big tie, even though I know when we had the Premier League last year, so it's not as much of a novelty as it used to be, but at the end of the day, the league is the priority. But I think just the team that he put out tonight, I mean, they've all got an opportunity to put the hand up and say, look, I'm in this squad, pick me for the league games, and no one stood out, which is a bit of a concern, I think, going forward, because if you take a lot of the normal first 11 out, for all the money that we spent, a lot of those players below that, there's a very massive lack of quality at the moment.
Yeah, and yeah, confidence is very low as well with those players. And yeah, I think we could be playing right now. I'm doing that cliche thing again, but to be fair, there was a moment where I was like, I don't really want them to equalise. That's horrible to say, but we didn't want extra time. But it was just, it's just no positives tonight. For me, I can't pick out any positives.
Well, you were never in danger of that. I think I mean, you can call it a cliche. It's a fact.
Yeah.
I think we could have played all night, and we'd still be trying to score now. Literally, even when we did bring on some of the bigger hitters from the first 11, we had more impetus, but we didn't create anything. I can't remember the goalkeeper having to make any saves.
In a moment where he had to cling, it was actually late on when Sindre shot and it sort of, I was like, ooh, hello.
Just seems to be a pattern with Ipswich this season, that league or cup, doesn't matter what, that they seem to start well, maybe with a bit of pace. Maybe each half they might go, but then after about 10-15 minutes they almost blow themselves out, and it just becomes really slow and kind of turgid again. And let's be honest, apart from the goal, you could say that this was an action replay of the league game at Portman Road.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean...
But guess what, mate? We could do this all over again next week.
Well, you can. I'm in Milan, so this is why I'm here tonight. Otherwise, I probably would have chosen the league game over the cup game. But I'm very happy I'm in Milan next week, and I'm sure Paul behind the camera, nodding his head, is also in agreement. So
you know what I'm going to do, lads? I'm just going to push him out of the way. Cheers, mate. Okay, next up, I'm joined by the good old... I'm just going to go with it. Sweet Prince, Harvey Davis, my friend in your kingdom of North Wales, but that was not good showing for Ipswich Town. Thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I mean the weather is as cold as the performance. To be fair, it was bad. It was really bad. I mean, I thought we started quite well, to be honest with you. First 10-15 minutes, I thought we looked up for it, but then it just kind of went downhill from there, didn't it? We had no urgency, no kind of endeavour to go forward. I mean, there's a few performances in there that really weren't good enough. Hurst, again, I don't want to jump on the Hurst bandwagon. I know he's been getting a lot of stick, but it just looks nowhere near the player that we've seen. Agelli, I know he's young, I know he's 19, I know it's his first season in the Championship, and I've been a big supporter of his, but tonight, really poor, really. I mean, why they keep continuing to put him on set pieces is beyond me. I mean, they're guaranteed to either not beat the first man or be comfortable for the goalkeeper. So, listen, maybe it feels a bit harsh singling out two players, because as a team we just weren't good. It's one of them, isn't it? If we win next week, it all gets forgotten about. But I don't think we had a shot on target all game, from what I remember.
I think I said it late on. I think when Sindra sort of had a shot, but then was it on target? Was it going?
We're clutching at straws,
yeah,
aren't we?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. Yeah.
But yeah, listen, it's got to be better. We're third in the table. We didn't look it tonight. We really didn't. But dust ourselves down. If we win next week, we're all good. You know, it's the most important game next week is the league. You know, McKenna said himself it's going to be tough to really mount a good FA Cup run. Maybe that filter through to the players a little bit, possibly. You don't know. They're only human at the end of the day. But yeah, it wasn't good enough. We all know. I don't think there's any need for a massive, huge meltdown.
Next week if we lose.
Yeah, we'll save it for then. We'll save it for then. But listen, McKenna and the players will know that it's got to be better. It's got to be better than that. So yeah, dust ourselves down, go again. The regulars will be back next week. Your likes of Davis, Mehmeti will be in from the start. Azon will probably start. So yeah, this time next week, no, it'll be. Yeah. A little bit further on the
extra day.
Yeah, extra day.
Or extra. Because what time is it now? Like 10 something.
Yeah,
so
you do the maths, Ross. Wasn't my strong point.
Less than a week. I know.
Yeah.
Actually, no, but it will be a week. Anyway,
yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Week tomorrow. Well done,
we
Peter.
go, yeah.
Well done, you know stuff.
If we get a good result, it all gets forgotten about, doesn't it? So no need for a huge overreaction, but it's also okay to say how poor we were, because we were really, really poor. Yeah, we've got to be better. I'm sure we will. And yeah, hopefully 3 points next week will put us all back in a good mood again.
Come on, man. Peter.
Yes.
I have to apologise to you because we did a great interview in Derby.
We did, yes.
But
Last Saturday, yeah.
this boy didn't work.
Is it working now?
Yes.
It's just pull the end off and have a look.
Yeah.
That sounded quite wrong then.
Oh yeah. And that was wrong because that was not
Two
good, my
wrongs
friend.
don't make a right.
No, it doesn't.
One the microphone and two on the football. But yeah I mean, like Harvey said, the first, quarter of an hour, we looked all right. We looked like that we came out the blocks a little bit. And then I think they scored from like a crossing sort of shot type of thing. Don't know how the goalkeeper didn't save it, nor do I understand why the defence didn't header it away or do something. Shouldn't have been allowed to happen, but unfortunately it did. And yeah, it just wasn't a great watch from then onwards. I mean, their fans were brilliant, by the way, in the stand just on that side over there. They were very loud, they were proud. Our fans were good too, but you can sense like the passing was just so misjudged. It was like McCarthy from like 10 years ago, like sideways and backwards. It's like, do you want me to play for you, Summit? But yeah, it just wasn't a great watch. I mean, I wasn't really expecting a lot from this game.
No.
Like I was saying to Darren before, I would sooner see us get a result in a week tomorrow and then get the points, because the league's our bread and butter. We want to try and get back to the Premier League. I still think it's still possible. It's still within reach. But I think we can kind of accept that this just wasn't our night. And I don't think many Ipswich Town supporters or Wrexham fans are going to be so upset. I mean, well, not Wrexham fans, because they'll be happy to go through. But I don't think either football fan base tonight would be that bothered, because it just means an extra game for Wrexham. All the best to Wrexham in the next round. But for Ipswich, it's got to be a better performance here next Saturday in the league. And if we can try and get a win here next week in the league, then we can start chasing the likes of Coventry and Middlesbrough. But it wasn't a great watch, to be honest. No one played well. It would have been nice to see the two young lads, Tudor Mendel and Boniface, to come on, even just for the last 5 or 10 minutes, just give them something.
But the thing is, you know, you're trying to chase the game, you're trying to get that goal. Kennett's not going to do that. But yeah, I do get what you mean. I would like to see that. But
because if they're not going to play in that game, they're not going to play at all.
Yeah.
So it would have made sense for that, but like I said, I'm not really that bothered, really. Like I say, well done to Wrexham, all the best in the next round, and we go again next Saturday in the league.
We do.
It needs to be better.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
The final man joining me is good old Dazza. Weirdly, it's not as cold here than it was in the ground. It's still a bit chilly, but I don't know, in this spot right here, it's feeling not too shabby.
Well, we are in winter, Ross.
We are in winter, I know, but I don't know. I think because we're behind this. Anyway, gone on a bit of a tangent there.
We've had lots of entertainment to warm us up, Rossi, haven't we?
Yeah, bloody hell, mate. What is your main takeaways from that, mate? Well, not many, like from Town's point of view, but just your overall thoughts, mate. Because I don't know.
Yeah, that was a lineup and a performance that really did smack of. We didn't want another fixture in the calendar. To be totally honest, no disrespect to the lads, but it really did. Once we went behind, first 15 minutes, it felt like we were actually giving it a go, and then once we went behind, the whole game just did smack of, we're not really that bothered. If we go out, we go out. Come back next week, and
Although Alex Palmer came up for a corner.
Well, but that's probably more desperation than anything else. If that goes in, you probably think, oh damn, we've got to play a bit longer now.
Yeah.
It's
I was very 50-50 on that. I was like, I've not been at a game where a goalkeeper scored.
No.
Christian Walton came very close away at Plymouth a few years back.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
And there was a moment in me, I was like, would be a great moment, but then also it's like, oh no, we've got to play another 30 minutes.
Stand that in the cold for a bit longer.
Yeah.
Am I that bothered? No. To be totally honest, and I suspect I'm not alone in this, I came here today to tick the ground off.
Yeah.
I wasn't really that fussed about a cup run because I think the league is more important. I was more interested in a cup run last season.
Yeah.
This year, come and do the game because it was easier to get a ticket for this one.
Yeah.
And it's all right. It'd probably be better when they've done the extra stand on it.
Yeah. I just feel very League One or League Two days.
And if that ends up in the Premier League next season, oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Bournemouth was
no disrespect to Wrexham, but you got
Wrexham, no disrespect to
No,
Bournemouth
but
or anybody else.
Yeah.
It was what it was tonight, and I think, like everybody has already said, next week is what matters. What will not be acceptable is we come here next week and play rubbish again, because then tonight was bad enough, but make a mess of next week, and it makes this week look bad, and it makes things a heck of a lot more difficult for us in the league. But we I don't think anyone's that fussed tonight, to be totally honest with you.
My hands are. They're both freezing.
Yeah, I think if there's one other thing I will say is that I think unfortunately tonight is evidence that the starting lineup against Derby is the right starting lineup. Yeah. No disrespect to the guys who were out tonight, but I think
don't speak too loudly because I'll come back and Ben Johnson's over there.
I've only just clocked him. No, bless it. It's one of them things that we've got the team that we've got out in the league last week for a reason, and hopefully the guys have they're getting their rest and not losing too much rhythm for the game next week. I don't know how good Wrexham's lineup was today, but
mixture. Obviously Broadway was on the bench, Kiefer Moore came off.
Yeah, I was hoping that Kiefer was going to do us a favour and join the own goal ex-player brigade.
Well, that's more for league.
Well, yes. Oh, we'll take it next week. Stick that in the bank for next week, and I'll cash that in gladly. But we'll let's go. Let's get inside. Let's get warm.
Yes.
Let's forget about it. Come back next week. Well, I won't be here next week, but you'll be here next week.
Yes.
And have a better game, shall we?
Mate. So man, thank you. So there we go. Another game day in the books. Microphone working this time, with interviews of the Coway Army. Not happy. But also not bothered that Town are out of the FA Cup. Very cold evening in North Wales. Not a good game of football to watch. The FA Cup is done and dusted for a season for Town once again. And it's all about the league now. And we've got to come back here next weekend. Hopefully a better performance. Hopefully 3 points. But I'm going to go inside, warm myself up. I'm hoping there's a hot chocolate or something to warm my cockles up because Rossco is very cold. That was not good. Let's wrap up now. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.